Hey, what's up guys and welcome back to Anime King. And today I'm going to be giving you part 14 of What If Naruto Was Neglected by Everyone. Remember to get this one to 100 likes as usual, share this to all of your friends in your social media platform, and also stay in tune because after this I'm going to be posting a brand new episode of What If Naruto Was from the two greatest clans. So stay in tune for that and I hope you guys enjoy. And remember, if you're new and this is the first time you hear my voice and you enjoy the videos on both Anime King and Anime King 2, go ahead and click that red subscribe button and become a part of the Anime King family. And thank you for all of your help and your support guys, and yeah, stay in tune because over on Anime King 2 I'm going to be posting what if Izuna Uchiha was Naruto's ancestor, and also what if Naruto was a vampire. So stay in tune for those and I hope you guys enjoy. And yeah guys, without further ado, let's begin this new episode. Start the intro.
I think the girls with their nails done now. Girls with their nails done. I think the girls with their
So, the last time we left off, things were still heated back at the house, as Kushina has been ignoring Minato as she still felt betrayed and angry for everything. Even though she knew both of them are to blame to how Naruto turned out, she just didn't want to blame herself. She's just taking out everything on him and mainly focusing on the Uchiha massacre, as she couldn't believe he was the one who gave Itachi that mission. And Narumi and Mito picked their mother aside, so Minato felt kind of broken. With Naruto, he was currently in the land of frost, with Liz and Menma. As he was outside, suddenly, Konoha appeared as she asked him for his assistance to go and gather a Akatsuki member, as Naruto tagged along with her, as this member was Hidan. Hidan refused to join the Akatsuki at first, as he rushed forward and get Naruto blood. He then licked it as he killed Naruto. He then sliced Konoha in half, but suddenly Hidan snapped as he realized he was in a genjutsu, as he saw Naruto lean on the tree and Konoha didn't even move. So after a bit of convincing, he joined the Akatsuki. Itachi also sent a crow back to Konoha, giving them intel, mainly Minato, about what is exactly going on. Minato also reinstated the root. After a long talk with Danzo, he realized that they need the power of root, and Danzo had the manpower, even though Minato was angry that Danzo was still funding the organization behind his back. But they can't seem weak to other villages, seeing that Naruto was able to slaughter so many people and escape with 2 Jinchuriki. And from then, they haven't heard a single sound from Kumo, as Kumo is planning something, especially Raikage is pissed that he lost a Jinchuriki so easily. Jiraiya came to Minato as he told Minato that he's going to take Narumi and Mito on a training trip for 3 years so him and Kushina can reconnect and get some time and spend some time together, so when they come back things will be better. As Minato thanked him for that, as he really need to reconnect with Kushina because the way things are now, they would probably get a divorce because they barely even talk or look at each other, as they are keeping up a straight act for the kids, but they hate each other behind the scenes. Well, mostly Kushina. So Jiraiya took them as they say goodbye, as Naruto continued his training. So the 3 years fly past in a rather quick sense, as Kushina and Minato reconnect over the 3 years. He promised her that he will never lie to her again and tell her everything that is going to happen in the village. As the both of them reconnect and their love is stronger than ever, their love and their determination to bring back Naruto to the village. Mito and Narumi then came back, as the both of them are a lot stronger than when they left the village, as they both were determined as well to bring back Naruto. As Naruto and Liz and Menma set out, it was time they shake this ninja world. So yeah guys, that was basically the last part we left off. You guys can switch across the place and check it out for yourself, so let's start this new episode. We currently have Naruto, Liz and Menma walking on the road as they were at the border of the Wind Country. How much longer? Asked Liz. We will be there soon, said Naruto. Why can't you just fly us there in that humanoid thing that you create? She asked. You mean the Susanoo? Naruto said. Yeah, right, the Susanoo, Liz said. I told you, that's for serious battle, Naruto said. But it's not like you ever show anyone the real Susanoo. As Naruto looked at her, as Menma looked at Naruto. Huh. He's his trump card, said Menma. As Naruto narrowed his eyes, we have company, Liz said. Suddenly, 2 Chunins and 1 Jonin landed, surrounding the group. It's him, said the Jonin. It's Naruto. Zeno Sensei, said one of the Chunin. What should we do? As Zeno looked at the 2 Chunins. Roshi, Nexus. Our job is to bring him back alive, for him to pay for his crimes at Kumo. As Naruto looked at 2 of them, not even saying anything, he then turned and looked at the Jonin. How many men have you already lost? He spoke. The Jonin looked at him. What was that? He asked. I said, how many men have you already lost? You guys keep on finding me and attacking me out of the blue. Huh, oh I guess you wouldn't know, seeing that they never come back alive. I'm not in a fighting mood, I have business to do. So if you would just please, Naruto said, as he started to walk off. Hold it right there, said Roshi as he stepped forward with a kunai in his hand. We are taking you back for your punishment. You are under strict orders to be brought back to Kumo. And why is that? I thought you would have sent me back to Konoha, seeing that there is some kind of an alliance between Kumo and Konoha that was stated a long time ago, for the own village to take care of their prisoners. The Raikage want you personally, said the Jonin, for what you did, taking our Jinchuriki. Your Jinchuriki? Let me ask you something. Did you own the beast inside? Naruto asked. Even if we didn't own the beast inside, you took our ninja Yujito. Huh. You can have her dead body back if you want. As Roshi clenched his fist. Yujito was my friend, he said. As he dashed forward. Wait, the Jonin said. As Naruto stood there and didn't even move, Liz appeared right in front of Roshi and sent a fist connected into his face. As Roshi was sent flying back. As Nexus caught him. You guys go ahead. I'll handle this, Liz said. Roshi wiped away a little blood that was coming from his mouth. You girl, you really think that you can handle us? As Liz smirked. You know, I was trained by the best. As Naruto and Menma started to walk off. Get back here, the Jonin said as he dashed forward. Suddenly, the ground beneath the 3 of them collapsed as the 2 Chunins and Jonins fell down. As Naruto and Menma jumped over it and landed on the other side, it was like a pit. As Liz jumped down there with a smile on her face. Thanks, brother, she said. As Liz smirked. Even though her brother had control of all of the elements, she only had control over fire, wind and lightning. As Liz smirked. Let's do this, she said. Back up on the surface, Naruto and Menma were standing there. What is the next assigned Jinchuriki? Asked Menma. The 5 tails, said Naruto. Things are gonna get really hectic right now, he said, looking up. Meanwhile, Minato was in his office. As he had a smile on his face, he was filled with a lot of hope and determination. His daughters are home. The both of them had grown up and become a lot stronger. Him and his wife had reunited and everything was going up Minato. As he loved that, the only thing left to do was bring Naruto back to the village. He know that he will have a lot of hate and a lot of death wish coming his way when he bring back Naruto, but he will fight through all of it. He won't let his son go down that path anymore. As he remembered the prophecy that Jiraiya told him, that Naruto will change his ninja world forever, for the worse. As hearing that made Minato sweat. He had had a lot of bad dreams, a lot of nightmares about that. As Minato was doing his paperwork, suddenly he heard a voice. Minato. He then spun around in his chair. As Minato's eyes went wide, he saw Kushina, as she was being held by the hair, screaming. As Naruto was standing there with a smile on his face, with a sword in his hand. This is because of you, said Naruto, as he slit Kushina's throat. Minato then jumped out of bed, as cold sweats were all over him. Minato, are you okay? Kushina asked, as he quickly turned. A smile came on his face. You're alright, he said. Why wouldn't I be? She asked. Sorry, it was just a nightmare. Was it about him again? She asked. Yeah. He's been haunting me ever since what happened. Don't worry, none of that will ever happen. Because we will bring our son home. We will stop all of this from happening. As they kissed her, as the both of them cuddled up. I hope you're right, he said, as they went back to sleep. Meanwhile, with Naruto, Liz, and Menma, the two Chunins were on the ground, both of their bodies shaking as lightning was cackling through them over and over. As a Jonin was looking up at Liz, as he couldn't believe this girl, not even half his age, but she was so strong. As Liz smirked, she then sighed. Can you bring me up now, she said, as the ground beneath her then started to raise, as she came up back to the surface. What's wrong, Naruto asked. Well, I'm bored, she said, as Naruto went down and looked down into the pit and saw all of them down on the ground. Huh. 2 Chunins, 1 Jonin. Can't beat a girl, he said. Hey, what's that supposed to mean? Liz asked. It means nothing, Naruto said. Go back and tell your Raikage to stop sending your man after me. Because the next time you do, I'll be the one that's fighting. And I won't hold back. I have a lot of important things to do. So, tell your man, your Raikage, to back off. Or I'm coming for him, Naruto said, as he started to walk away, as the two of them followed behind him. Time skip. 2 days later, the Raikage was sitting in his office as a deadly aura was leaking from him. His fist was clenched so tight as he was shaking with anger. As he was cursing, this damn brat, he said, as he raised his fist and slammed it into his desk, as his desk exploded into pieces. As he was still fuming. Over the past years, he has sent ninjas after Naruto, and he has kept humiliating them. Sometimes he even sent them back with message, as he just got the recent message. How dare this brat tell him to lay off? He's even giving me a warning, saying that he will come for me next. As the Raikage clenched his fist, he couldn't let Kumo look weak by making Naruto take their Jinchuriki, and nothing would come out of it. He then waved his hand as the Anvu appeared in the room. Get me the Kinkaku squad, he said. The Anvu nodded as he vanished. 5 minutes later, 5 Anvus were kneeling right in front of the Raikage. Kinkaku Squad A, the Raikage said, I have a special mission for you. He then tossed him the bingo book, as it landed right on the page. His name is Naruto, recent missing in from Konoha. I want you to bring him back here alive. You are the best group out of the Kinkaku Squad. Failure is not an option, he said, as he tossed a scroll to the leader. That was his recent location. Now hunt him down and find him, the Raikage said. Meanwhile, back at Konoha, the reason I call you all here, said Minato, is to talk about the Akatsuki, as currently inside his office was Mito, Narumi, Kakashi, Kushina, along with Jiraiya and Tsunade. As I have recently informed all of you, Naruto has taken a part of that group. Neither of them were surprised, seeing that Minato told them back a while ago. I believe the reason why Naruto took those 2 tail beasts was to hand them over to the Akatsuki. We recently got a mission from the land of waves asking for our help to deal with the beast in the water. That beast is the 3 tails. Naruto has already gathered the first and the second. I believe they're going after the 3 tails next. Jiraiya has came up with a seal to seal the 3 tails, so I want you team to go out there and seal it and retrieve it before the Akatsuki does. This mission cannot be a failure. We don't know what the Akatsuki is planning, so we can't afford them to get another tail beast. Wait, if they're after tail beast, said Tsunade, won't that mean they're after Naruto as well, because he has the 9 tails? That is the thing I don't understand. Why would they allow him on the squad if they know he has the 9 tails inside of him and they want to take it from him? From what I know, Naruto is no fool, so he won't just allow them to take it, knowing that if they does, he will die. He must be planning something, said Mito. Yeah, you're right, Narumi. He must be trying to overthrow the Akatsuki or something. Well, if he's really trying to do that, he's crazier than I thought, said Jiraiya. Huh? Why would you say that, said Mito. Remember what I told you, the Akatsuki is made up of all S-rank missing names. I know Naruto is powerful after what you guys told me, after what we witnessed, but not even him can take down the entire Akatsuki. Yeah, you're right, said Minato. But for now, I want you guys to go and get the three tails, he said. And this mission cannot be a failure, as I said. As all of them nodded. Meanwhile, with Naruto, as Naruto and Liz and Minma was currently walking. How long now, Liz asked. We will be there soon, said Naruto. You said that an hour ago, said Liz. As Naruto sighed. You know, you could have stayed back and me and Minma could have handled this. But if I did, the place would have been extremely boring. You could have stayed behind with the Zetsus, said Naruto. That would have been worse. They are so annoying, Liz said. Suddenly, Naruto stopped. What's wrong? Asked Minma. It's him, Naruto said. As Naruto is being contacted by Nagato. What is it? Naruto asked. Change of plans, he said. What do you mean change of plans? Naruto said to him. Where are you right now? Asked Nagato. I'm near the border of Fire Country. That's good. I want you to go and gather the three tails. The three tails? I thought our mission was the five tails. Well, Deidara and Sorcery has running into the five tails. Han, his name is. He's a missing link from the stone, and they found him. They are working on that right now. I want you to go to the Land of Wave. The Land of Wave, said Naruto. Yes, that is where the three tail is. He's in the ocean there. Can you handle that? He asks. The five tails is much stronger than the three tails. So, how exactly do you think I'm gonna fail? Naruto asks. Still arrogant, said Nagato. Well, that is my thing, Naruto said. Just don't fail us, said Nagato. I already brought you two tailed beasts. Do you really think I'm gonna fail now? Naruto said, as Nagato cut the connection. So what's wrong? Liz asked. Well, change of location, Naruto said. Huh? Liz said as she clenched her fist. Is it somewhere even farther? Nah, it's somewhere nearer, he said. As a smile came on Liz's face, finally she said, so where to? The Land of Waves, said Naruto. Why there? Minma asked. The three tails is currently there. What about the five tails? Asked Minma. Well, it seems like Deidara and Sasori is already handling that. So let's go, he said. And let's pick up the pace. As Liz groaned. You know, you're rather lazy, Liz, said Minma. You know, there is a way we can get there faster, Liz said. And what is that? Minma asked. Well, you can carry me, she said as she jumped on his back. As Minma groaned. You're getting rather heavy, he said. Come on, let's go, she said as she pointed. As Naruto chuckled to himself seeing the sight. As the group headed off. Meanwhile, with the Konoha group, they were dashing through the trees as they were also going to the Land of Wave to gather the three tails. As Jiraiya had a giant scroll on his back, the sealing array to seal away the three tails. As Mito was in deep thought, as Kushina noticed that. What's wrong, honey? She asked. Well, I've just been thinking. About Naruto, she said. What about him? Asked Narumi, cutting into the conversation. As Jiraiya and Tsunade were at the front, as Kakashi was at the back. Well, the thing is, why would he join the Akatsuki? That is one of the big things I want to know. He has a nine tails inside of him. Even if there is by some chance he know that they want to take it and kill him, he still joined that group. And as Jiraiya said, he cannot face off against so many S-rank ninjas. He will die. What if he tried to fight them now and he... Don't worry. Just don't think that, said Kushina. We will find him. We will get Naruto and we will bring him back to the family. As Kakashi narrowed his one eye, as he remembered what Naruto said to him that day, those look in his eyes, there was no redemption for that boy. But if anyone could change him, it could be Minato Sensei or them. As he then had a eye smile, as he just hoped everything will work out in the future, if he could have known how wrong he is right now. Meanwhile, with Naruto and his group, all of them were resting, as they were resting under a giant tree, as cool breeze was blowing. It was now night time, as there was a campfire in front of them. Suddenly, Naruto said something as he got up. Hey, where are you going? Asked Minma. I'll be back soon, Naruto said as he walked off. You know, I realized something, said Liz after Naruto went away. He never said exactly where he's going, or say exactly when he will be coming back. He always say he will be back soon, so you don't know if it's gonna be tomorrow or today, she said. As Minma chuckled. You know, you're right. That's just the way he act. As Minma then noticed a serious look came on Liz's face. Hey, what's wrong? He asked. I was just thinking about, well, after all of this, that's given if we survive. What then? As Minma walked up to her and sit down right beside her. Please, remember what we told you back then. As long as me and Naruto are here, you will never feel pain or suffering. We will always be here for you. Because we're what? Minma asked. Because we're family, said that smile on her face. Damn right we are, said Minma. And we're doing all of this to change this corrupted world. After we get the power that we seek, things will change in this world because there's only one thing that rules this world. And what is that, Minma asked. Strength, Liz said. Yes, it is. The only way for people to know their place in this world is who's on top, who's gonna be boss. And soon enough, we will all gain that power and shape this world to the core. And then, Liz, we can live in a good world. Meanwhile, with Naruto, so what are you doing here, Naruto asks, as Obito appeared in a swirling vortex. Well, I just come here to try and change your mind, said Obito. We already have enough people. We can send them after the 8 Tails another time. You don't have to be the one to go. That's not it. I have something to settle with the Raikage. They think he's untouchable and strong. Well, I'm going to show him. I'm going to stroll up to his village and take the 8 Tails. And I told you, I'll handle that one. You can send the rest of your Akatsuki goons after the others. But you are already on a mission right now. And, you know, Kumo is well secured and guarded. You really think that you can go in there and come out back? Has Naruto cut him off? Alive? Huh. It looks like you've forgotten who I am. As Obito shook his head. You know, when I first heard about you, I thought bullcrap. And I said I was going to kill you that direct day, seeing that you probably had a lot of information on me. Well, you're lucky, Obito said. And why is that, Naruto asked. Well, if I had killed you that day, none of this would have been happening. I guess you're right, Naruto said, with a fake smile on his face. Like you can kill me, he thought. You should know, Obito said. Konoha is on the move. Huh? Well, a team has been deployed, and they're going in the direction of the Land of Wave. It seems somehow they figure out that the 3 Tails is there. And who exactly is going, Naruto asks. Well, it's a family reunion for you, and the others back there. Your 2 sisters, your mother, and Kakashi Hatake, and also the 2 Sanins. Huh, that many to gather one 3 Tail, huh? Well, since the news of the Akatsuki has been leaked, it seems like they're kind of looking out to see a Akatsuki member there trying to capture the 3 Tails. But they don't know anything about you. I doubt that, Naruto said. I believe they already know I am on the Akatsuki. And why is that? You have been in hiding for the past 3 years. This is the first time you 3 are wearing your cloak outside. So how could they know? Well, it looks like we have a rat in the Akatsuki, Naruto said, as Obito stopped speaking. And who is that, he asks. Oh, I don't think there is one. I'm just speculating. I don't even know if Konoha know that I'm on the Akatsuki. But I will find out when we meet, because they must give away something to how they know I'm part of the Akatsuki, as I want to see if they're surprised, their general reaction to see if they're surprised at what I'm wearing. I guess you're right, said Obito. As soon as you come back from that mission, inform me, he said. With pleasure, Naruto said, as Obito disappeared in a swirling vortex. As Naruto smirked to himself. This is just too easy, he said. The next morning, Naruto and his group was nearing the location. A distance away from them was a group that belonged to Orochimaru, that was Renji, along with Guren and the other 3. As Renji spotted Naruto and his group as he was looking through a bird eye. As he then turned to Guren, we have company. Huh? Who? It's the guys that Orochimaru told us about. The ones with the black and the red clothes. The Akatsuki? Here? How many of them are there? Asked Guren. 3 of them. 2 boys and 1 girl. They are in our element now. I suggest you send the others to kill them all. It seems like they're after the 3 Tails as well, and we can't allow them to get them. As Renji smirked, as he walked over. Someone for us to kill? Yes, Renji said. Meanwhile, Naruto and his group was walking. "It seems we have company," said Menma. "I know," said Naruto. "I'll handle it," said Liz. "No," Menma said. "You got the last one." Suddenly, the entire place would fill with a weird smoke as Naruto, Menma, and Liz quickly jumped away. As a short man landed in all of the smoke, his name was Grinko, as he was wearing a mask to breathe out the smoke. Next to him was another tall guy, as his body looked like a rubber, water substance. Next to him was a muscle man, as the three of them had things over their face to keep out the smoke. The three of them looked around as they heard a voice. As they snapped their head to the side, "How is this possible?" all of them thought. "Oh, you're wondering how I'm walking in this smoke," said Menma after seeing their face. "Well, you should know I have the ability to control wind, so I can manipulate it around my body to block off all the poison smoke in the area. Now, it's my time to have some fun," as fire started to erupt around Menma, as a smile came on his face, as his purple eyes started to pulsate with power. Meanwhile, Guren and Renji was dashing from tree to tree. They suddenly saw a huge ball of fire burst straight up into the air and exploded. I wonder what's going on," said Renji. "We are not supposed to worry about that," said Guren. "Our only job is to get the three tails," as the both of them kept on hopping from tree to tree. As Guren had someone on her back, a young boy. His name was Yukimaru. "Guren, are we almost there?" Yukimaru asked. "Yeah, we will be there soon," said Guren, as they kept on hopping from tree to tree. Meanwhile, Naruto and Liz was walking. As Liz pointed ahead, "I can sense it," she said. "That much power from the three tails." She then narrowed her eyes at Naruto. "I wonder, how much power does a nine-tail have?" As Naruto just kept on walking, as he didn't even look at her. "Did you hear me?" she asked. "Yes, I heard you. I just chose to ignore you," Naruto said. "And why is that?" she asked. As he kept on walking. "Ignoring me again?" she said. As Naruto raised his hand and pushed her. As she fell forward, but she noticed something when she quickly turned around as she was about to get angry at him. A huge spike. It wasn't a spike, it was a crystal, was embedded to where she was. As Naruto did that to save her, but Naruto didn't even move or react. He just stood there the same way. As he then snapped his head to the right. "Trying to sneak up on us, that won't work," said Naruto. "Even though my friend here was busy arguing with me and she didn't sense you, I did," Naruto said. "So, you're faster than I thought," said Guren as she landed on the tree. As Yukimaru was no longer on her back, instead he was with Renji. As Renji was carrying Yukimaru. "I want to help Guren," said Yukimaru. "We can't do that now. You know what the goal is. If Guren failed this one, Lord Orochimaru will be angry at her. Do you want him to hurt her?" asked Renji. "No," Yukimaru said. "Alright then, just do your job. Guren can handle that." As Liz picked up herself and dusted off. "I'm gonna kill you for that," she said. As Guren smiled. "Little girl like you think you can..." But Guren was cut off. As she was shaking. As she couldn't believe. How could this happen? When did he... As Guren felt a sword pressing on her neck. Right beside her, standing on a tree, was Naruto. As Guren couldn't understand. How did he move that fast? As a crystal dagger was created on her arm. "If you move, I'll kill you," he said. As Guren gulped. She knew one swift motion and he can burst her neck. As Naruto then spoke. "That ability of yours, crystal release, is quite rare," he said. "I have a proposition for you." "What?" Guren said, as she looked at him in an angry tone. "If you're gonna kill me, kill me. I'll never do anything for you." "So willing to die," Naruto said. As he then turned towards her, as she saw his eyes for the first time, as she was at a complete shock, as she was staring right into a Sharingan as it started to spin. Guren found herself in a world. It was just an empty white plain. Where am I?" she asked. "You're in my world," Naruto said as he appeared to thin air. "Huh? Who are you?" she asked him. "It seems like my name is not well known yet," Naruto said. "But I wonder, have you heard about me?" "I am Naruto." As Guren's eyes went wide. "You're him?" she said as she clenched her fists. Huh, so you do know me, he said. Yes, you're the one that burned all of the Stone Shinobis when they tried to invade Konoha with that strange power of yours. Yes, and if you don't want to die either, I suggest you listen to me. And why should I do that? Well, I only select people I think that I have a use for. Have a use for? You really think I'll work for you or do anything for you? I am loyal to Orochimaru-sama. Orochimaru-sama, is it? Well, what if I tell you I'm gonna kill Orochimaru? Who would you be loyal to then? That's not even possible, she said. No one can kill him, especially not you. You might be strong, but you're not that strong. Guren then dropped to her knees as an intense pressure was coming from Naruto as she couldn't even breathe. But Naruto released the pressure as Guren gasped her ear, sucking up as much breath as she can. Do you really think that Orochimaru is that powerful? Well, he might be to you people, he said. But something, Guren, something you should really know. I have the power to kill him, and I am going to kill him. And I'm giving you a proposition now. A way for you to be working for the person that's gonna be in control of everything very soon. What? She said to him. Yes, I want you to work for me, Guren. As he narrowed his eyes at her, I wonder, who's your most precious person in this world? As his eyes started to spin again, and to Guren's surprise, an image of Yukimaru was standing there. Yukimaru, she said, as she tried to touch him, but his body burst into smoke. It was just an illusion, Naruto said. What do you want with Yukimaru, she asked. Well, I'm gonna kill him, Naruto said. As Guren tried to act like she didn't care. Why should I care, she said. Acting all high and mighty like you don't care about him, so I won't target him. Yeah, I'm reading you like a book, Naruto said. The thing is, my illusion a minute ago just showed me the person you care about most in this world, and that's that boy, Yukimaru. And I can sense he's around here somewhere. He's rather strange as well. He has a type of chakra that can... Huh? Calm the three tails. I see now why Orochimaru is using him. And you as well. Orochimaru is not using me. I am one of his elite soldiers. He, care for me and respect me, said Guren. As Naruto chuckled. Stupid, stupid girl. I wonder what Orochimaru did to make you people so loyal to him. As his Sharingan started to spin again. To Guren's surprise, she saw an image of her village. She was surrounded by a lot of men. She was in her teens. As she was crying, they all was pulling the belt on their pants. As in a swift motion, all of their heads fell to the ground. As Orochimaru was the one who sliced their head off. As Naruto continued to watch. After a few moments, it was over. How are you doing this? She asked. So he saved you from getting raped. From then on, he treat you good and loyal. But then, to Naruto's surprise, he saw Guren killing a woman. As he then saw one of Guren's memories. Why are these so important, he wondered. Oh, that's really dark, Naruto said. As Guren started to cry. Why are you doing this? She asked. You killed Yukimaru's mother. I wonder, how would he feel if he knew you killed his mother? And from the look in your eyes, you know. You know that once he's not useful to Orochimaru anymore, Orochimaru will get rid of him. Like he does countless of people. And you know if Yukimaru finds out, he will hate you forever. And both of you will never see each other again. Well, that's hard, Naruto said. But let me show you something, Guren, he said. As his Mangekyo Sharingan started to spin. After 5 minutes, Guren looked back up at Naruto. You can't possibly do that. Yes, that is my goal for this world, Naruto said. And in this world, something like that would never happen. You will never be forced to kill someone you don't want to. Especially that young boy who loved you so much, his own mother, that protected you that day from the snow. But you end your life in a quick motion just because Orochimaru told you to do it. So, Guren, he says, he stepped forward. As Guren was looking down, as Naruto kneeled and placed a hand on her chin and lifted her head. What do you say? He asked, as Guren didn't say anything. Meanwhile, outside, Liz was standing there. It was only a minute that passed in the real world, but inside of Naruto illusion, time and space was a different thing in there. As Naruto was still talking to Guren, as Liz then heard another explosion, as she heard screaming in the distance. After a while, the screaming settled down, as Menma emerged. Huh? Brother, what happened? She said. Don't worry, I took care of them, said Menma. As we skipped back to the battlefield, there was burn marks and lightning strike marks everywhere. On the ground was the three masked ninjas. Their body was completely roasting fire. As Menma looked up, what's going on? He asked. Oh, well, this girl attacked me and then Naruto went and he just looked into her eyes. And I've been standing here ever since, she said. It seems like he placed her under an illusion. I wonder what he's telling her. Huh? You mean he's talking to her in there? Yeah, said Menma. I wonder what is going on. Liz then saw Guren blink, as Liz jumped up on a tree and rushed forward, as she tried to punch Guren for trying to kill her. But to her surprise, Naruto grabbed her arm. What are you doing? She said, as Naruto held onto her fist. She couldn't even move. Let me go! It's alright, Liz, calm down. Guren here is on our side. What? She just tried to kill me a minute ago. As Liz noticed Guren was crying, and a small smile was on her face. She looked at Naruto. It wasn't with fear or anger. It was with hope and determination. As Naruto looked back at her and gave her a soft smile. As Liz was beyond surprise. Naruto never trusted people so easily. What did this woman say, or what did he say to her? First, we have to get Yukimaru, said Guren. That is easily done, Naruto said. You guys, stay here. As Naruto blinked away. Can someone tell me what is going on, said Menma. As he looked at Guren. Weren't you on the enemy side? I was, she said. You was? What exactly did he tell you? It wasn't what he told me. It was what he showed me. And what exactly is that, Menma asked. Well, said Guren as she started to speak. Meanwhile, with Naruto, Renji was carrying Yukimaru on his back. Renji then felt something behind him as he turned his head. But he didn't see anything. When he turned back around, Naruto was right in front of him. He stopped as he jumped back on a tree. But when he looked up, Naruto wasn't there. What the hell, Renji said, as he then felt something grip his neck. You should watch where you're going, Naruto said, as he grabbed onto the back of Yukimaru's shirt and slammed Renji's head into the tree. As Renji break right through the tree, slamming into the ground. As Yukimaru looked at Naruto with fear in his eyes as he gulped, he was about to scream when Naruto looked at him. Be quiet, Naruto said. As Yukimaru didn't want to speak because he was so scared. I am not here to harm you. Guren sent me. Guren? Yukimaru said. Yes, said Naruto, as Renji jumped up and brought his kick towards Naruto's face. Amaterasu, Naruto said, as black flames covered Renji as he started screaming pain and agony. As Naruto held on to Yukimaru, as the both of them flashed away. As he sun-shin right over to Guren. As Yukimaru rushed towards Guren. Guren, he said as he gave her a hug. As Naruto handed a piece of paper over to Guren. You have the boy now, so I trust everything can begin. What about Orochimaru, she said. I told you. He won't be coming after you, Naruto said. Are you sure, she asked. You already told me that if you fail this mission, he was going to end your life anyway. So rather live a happy life than have him end it. I'm going to deal with him. So go. I'll finish Orochimaru. Guren nodded. Thank you, she said, as she looked at the paper. Come on, Yukimaru, she said, as he hopped on her back. What's going on, Yukimaru asked. Don't worry, I'm gonna bring you somewhere safe, she said, as she hopped off. As she looked and gave Naruto a last smile. As Liz then nudged Naruto in the arm. Hey, what was with that smile? What's exactly going on between you two? Yeah, I would like to know it as well, said Menma. You just met her, and she switched sides so easily. Do you really trust her that much? You know how my abilities work. A minute out here is hours in my world. So we had a long talk. And things have changed, he said. What do you mean, Menma asks. We're gonna need help if we're gonna do what we're going to do. Help? Yeah. I know power is a lot in this world, but we're gonna need backing behind that. And don't worry, I already planned out everything. So come along, let's go get the three tails. As the two of them nodded as the group headed off. Meanwhile, on the ocean, the Konoha team was walking and looking around. It's right below us, said Mito, as the three tails was resting in the water. It's time for us to begin, said Jiraiya, as he removed the scroll from his back. But suddenly, the water burst up into the air, as the Konoha ninjas shot their eyes to where the water burst up. They then saw the water fell back down, as all of their eyes went wide, when they saw Naruto, Menma, and Liz standing there. Naruto? Kushina said. But guys, me end this episode right here. If you want to see the next part of this, you don't know what to do. Like, subscribe, comment down below, and turn that bell notifications they posted. Remember to choose all of your friends in your social media platform and stay in tune. And I hope you guys enjoy each and every episode. But for now, I'm out. Peace.